Okay, this is Marilyn, and this is the food supplement video. Um, Last week I posted a PDF on summer foods, and this is the video to talk about the summer organ of the heart and everything. And it's really interesting. I bought rose quartz the other day. I had got a big piece, but I wanted more pieces. I wanted more crystals around my home, and by putting the crystals around my home, it has given it a really lovely energy, even still. Um, but summer is the season of the heart, and the heart is about joy. It's its virtue, its sound is the so the this is the movement for the heart, and that's what we do in Taoism. And you take the sound, you move to the right, as you're saying, the ha sound, and that releases any stuff that's caught in the heart, any heartbreak, any grief, feelings of betrayal, feelings of envy, all those things are released with the heart sound, and they are the virtues of the heart. So the positive virtue of the heart is joy, and it's a summer of joy, and though it's a very yang time, and it's also the small intestines as well, but we'll concentrate on the heart because it's a very yang time. We don't really have to drive, we just have to ride on the energy of the heart, but we have to keep maintaining that balance. So if you're a very driven person, you've got to step into the yin, um, which is exercising the water element. So it just balances the fire and grounding yourself with the earth. So it's much about, you don't have to drive so much. All we have to do is kind of increase the joy into our hearts. So the foods that we're going to have is like the fruits, the sweet fruits, and the food list that I've given. Stuff that's going to nourish and help the production of vitamin D, vitamin C, so we don't have to have so much heavy things. And it's funny, when I go to the West Indies, when I'm at my mum's, I have a lot of dense, heavy, rich, the heavy West Indian food. But when I actually went to the rainforest, where it was very green, I tended to have lots of, sort of like a vegan diet or fruitarian diet. You had food, but they were very vegan, vegetarian, pulses, vegan, mild curries. Not too much hot spices because you've got the heat. Especially if you're a kappa. Remember the Ayurvedic test we did? You're hot anyway. You don't need too much spices. Coconut oil, coconut juices are good for this weather. But make sure our foods are warming, not too hot and not too cold. Because too much salads, again, is going to make you damp. I had this problem years ago. So you have warming soups, warming lentils, nice warming summer foods. Not too hot and spicy either. I think that spices have their place. But just enough to kind of nourish your system and aid the joy, the vitamin C, the stuff from the sun. Because I think if you have too much heavy food, you're stopping the production of the sun anyway, because you're not having the energy, you're not having the lightness for the sun to come in. So that's why it's really important that you kind of help the heart, help the sun with that kind of thing. And also, something came to me about colour. When I look at the heart, the colour is red of the heart, but opposite colour is green. So being in nature, again, I keep saying to being in nature, I need to tell myself, being in nature is really going to help the heart, and the heart energy, because it's going to be the balancing of the reds. Because there'll be a lot of heart energy. So if you feel yourself being overwhelmed, it's time to be outside to really balance the heart. Remember, our food is not just what we internally take, it's what we absorb. So it's what we absorb, which is a really important thing. So just bear that in mind. And again, I'm going to perhaps be doing a lot more green smoothies again, a lot of vegetables, warming vegetables, lots of spinach, peppers, zucchini, artichokes, olives, all those kinds of things that are good. I mean, I have been naughty post fast. I was like having the chocolate and the ice cream, but again, I'm going to try and make the raw ice cream. Really trying to get into the really nourishing my body so the sun can absorb it. So it's very much about absorbing, letting the sun do its work, allowing the yoga is fantastic for us because it's very yin. I'm going to try, I've got the waist shapers I've sent out, and finally, so correct, I'm sorry, you should get it by tomorrow or Tuesday. I think it depends on the post, my post. I'm gonna go and try the other bigger waist shaper now, the wider, more bigger rubber one. So I'm looking for costs for that. So if anybody wants to join me, but what I don't want is just to be part of a fad where a lot of people using these constricting waist shapers. It isn't about the waist shapers. It is about the exercises. So I really think that's important, and the acidophilus is so important. So I've stocked up on my acidophilus. I got this in Holland and Barrett, and it's normally I don't mind their own brand, but I like other brands. But I've taken this one's got 2 billion. My stomach, my body told me this during the fast, because after the fast I'm so bloated, which is really weird, and I think it's because I need this and to really um, cleanse my system again. I will be doing a 1 day one at the end of this 30/30 wellness again, because I just think my system loves it. It's hard during the day, but I feel better for it afterwards, and I think it's making me look even more younger. Um, so that's it for the food and the 30/30 wellness food supplement. So this, I'm taking maca. I'm going to start trying boab as well. So if there's any things that you've tried that you think has helped, let me know. But I think the supplements that we're taking are just on point. Okay, it's Marilyn signing off.